I hate to be spending so much time on this spawner, but I really need this up and running so we can do the spawning of different mobs that we might randomly need. And it's a very large room. I wish I could control the spawner's range, but I can't. It's just set to like a 9x9 area all the time. So if I'm not careful, I'm going to get monsters outside. And this isn't exactly a monster we want outside either, because this one, it's not exactly terrifyingly dangerous, but it's not very safe.
Mm-hmm.
There's worse ones in there, but yeah. Needs of all of our glass. I thought I had like 2,000. I guess I only had 1,000. I can't even protect all of this, although I don't believe that monster will break any of this stuff. This is just for safety anyway, because like if we spawn creepers in here or something, I'm going to want to protect against that.
He totally does look like Jamie from Mythbusters.
Who?
Some guy at a car wash. Real question is,
Is he as scientific as he is
it actually Jamie? You know, don't do it at home, because we know because we all know all of us have that money to make it possible. At least ice guarantees one thing, Chris. A block of water that will never evaporate. So you take that shit and you put in, take the water, turn it into ice, and bam. In that freaking desert planet expansion mod craft. Bam, you always have water available. Storage.
Well, it's still not drinkable, though.
It's not drinkable, but it's storage.
It's kind of useless, though, because when you break it out, it's useless.
But you could drink it.
No, you can't.
With a mod. With another mod.
No, you can't.
Yes, you can.
No.
Just mod it.
Stop lying to yourself, Aven.
I'm not lying to myself, Chris. I'm just giving you incentive to make a mod.
Not doing it.
Have you ever
made a mod to counter another mod? Why would I bother?
What? Oh, yeah. I'm working on the garden. Unfortunately, half this shit's in taiga environment, so it's turning into fucking water.
What do you mean? Oh, wait, it's still over there.
Yeah.
I thought you ran down here, because I saw you at one point.
Yeah, I was bolting through. Yes, it will be. It will be a fast food counter. You can't be making a joke. This is all business.
Attempt to make joke failed. Success.
This is our. That's our franchise.
Is some kind of crappy McDonald's? Yes.
You know, the street lamps at first, I thought we're a bit big and bulky, but after a while, you just get used to them being our overlords.
They're not that bad. I mean, we could have gone another route with it, but it would have been a little bit crappier, because those candles that we have hanging from the sides of our buildings, right?
Mm-hmm.
They can be used like it, but they wouldn't have been very good. We'd have had to use a different strategy, and it really wouldn't have worked out as beautifully. Because you can't like stop those like pillar blocks midway. So it would have just had like this really weird T shape with like a limb going to the left, because we'd have to change our build, because if we don't, it'll just be floating in the air. So we'd have to have it come down from the top onto the light. And so it would go left, so there'd be a plus sign there. Then it would go down, there'd be another plus sign to the light.
Goddamn.
And it'd just be terrible looking. Alright, I gotta let this wand recharge, or else it's gonna threaten my life. It's gonna be like, how dare you make me do this?
You're gonna be like, this bitch made me do algebra.
Look at that dirt go up. We should be producing dirt at twice the rate. So much better.
Okay. What is it that I desire to do, and what is it that I can do?
Alright, well, the spawner area is good.
Chunks, forest, magic forest, river, forest.
I'll need to get another creative battery because I don't feel like piping all the way out there.
Making sure there's no jungle. And if there is, I'm gonna put a lot of water on it.
Alright. I don't even know if we'll need a pearl farm because I think I can actually do most of this. I think what I'm going to focus on right now is getting a blacksmith's anvil and building a few sets of jewelry and starting the enchanting process.
Oh my god, I have a cat, pet, pawn, and a freaking monitor screen thing.
My god. Be careful, he's going to just like adjust all the settings.
First interested in MREs, now you're interested in freaking bookcraft.
I have all my salt? Yes, okay. Half of it is used for something else.
Okay.
Alright, there we go. That should work out.
So did tigers, or not tigers, did ocelots spawn on grass?
Jungle. They spawn on jungle, and I believe it has to be on grass.
Okay, no, I have no grass. I have no grass for those panthers.
Alright, good. So long as you don't put grass down, we should be safe. I'm not guaranteed, though. And last thing you want me to do is go over there and change it all to magical.
I don't know about that.
Then we'll have a magical McDonald's. We can't have that.
Like the
food sanitary levels go up for that. We don't want that. You know? We don't need the FDA up in here.
I didn't know they were so around.
Well, you'd think they'd fall into the abyss, but they're so full of hot air. They stay up and then they just watch from the skies. I mean, look up there. You see those clouds? They're up there.
They can't. Oh, okay. She was interested until she saw you. She was just sitting there watching. Oh, yeah. She's just watching. She's laying back and watching. Watching the freaking, just watching shit on the screen, and then she was like a Chris, and he turned around and was like, ugh.
You're a terrible person, Aven.
What is the frick I need? Torches? No. Cobblestone? No. No.
Alright, some plastic, some magma creams, and a reception coil. Okay, I figured as much. So slime, 2 slimes, and blaze dust.
Blaze it up.
Why is there glass in here, and why have you left it there? I have deleted it. You left me no choice, Aven.
Don't worry, Chris. We all wanted it that way.
Alright, so I got an auto spawner. I need a creative battery. Put that up over there. Oh, God. I'm pushing all the buttons that are all wrong. Alright, so there we go. Got a creative battery, got a spawner. I need a tank. And I should rank. I need a tank, and I should be able to. Why are there tanks full of water in here?
I thought you were about to say about this. Buckets upon buckets. Oh, no, Chris.
Break you in half with these buckets.
Why do you question this anymore? Any modification to this game that is not by you is obviously not the RNG gods, but the RNG gods acting through me.
They are not RNG gods. You, sir, are the failure god. The failure to think and to do as you should.
Oh my god. This cat's been watching us more than fucking actual YouTubers.
Dude. Might need a little bit more on here. Alright, so now if I just connect this up to the system, I should pull in some mob juices, and then I can just throw it over there.
Alright. Okay, just let me put that down.
Need a tap installed. About right there. I don't actually know if it can go in from the side. No. Maybe. I don't think so. No, it can't. Alright, so it's just filling up with liquid mob. Alright. So, I need to make a special pedestal as well. It's probably good enough for now. Alright. So I'll take this in, plant it down, become amazing.
Start it.
So it goes here. Then I go here. I set that to output mode. And then I put a creative battery behind it, but first I want to put a lever down. And we should probably test it, so let's get a villager. It's a classic spawnable.
So classic, even classics. You awarded a spot among their classic awards for classic people. Not classy, classic.
Alright, so it's powered. There we go, a villager. It's a Thaumcraft villager. He wants to sell me an Eye of Ender for 10 emerald. You know what this sword does? Lights you on fire. You better hope. Oh, you got lucky. But not lucky enough. Alright, so that works beautifully. I just rip out the safari net. Go back home. So now, I just need to spawn in an earth elemental, and I can use them. I feel like the water's stalled for some reason. Should have more than I do.
Huh. Then that Washington Post.
The power's bugging out over here, apparently.
Wait. Oh, okay. I thought you meant...
Yeah, the game.
See, all your memes belong to me. Russia just made a ton of internet memes illegal. If you trust the Washington Post,
No one trusts that.
I don't know about that. This is like... Whatever. It ain't my country. Yeah. It's just like, I'm tired of caring about other people in the world. It's just like, you know what? I don't think they know, and I'm fine with it. It's like the same thing about American policy. It's like, I don't think I know all of it, and I'm fine with it. Pretty sure they are too. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying all of the world. I'm saying, like that.
Lead, copper, and a redstone.
Bam.
Redstone and gold. Alright.
Freaking.
No. That's a continents one. I don't have that. Oh. I got lucky. Got a freebie. Freebie!
Huh.
So now what this does is it checks the flow of power, so I should be able to tell whether or not this is receiving power anyway.
Let's see.
Dang it!
And
Monitoring for 20 ticks.
it posts all your Russia, you don't make memes. Memes make or unmake you. That is at least the only conclusion we can draw from an announcement made this week by Russia's 3-year-old media agency, internet censor, Rus. Fucking. How do you pronounce the M or the N? Freaking Russian. How do you pronounce that? How do you pronounce this? How do you pronounce a Russian name? Do you pronounce the M or the N? Or do you pronounce the M ne?
What is it?
Roskomnadzor.
Roskomnadzor, I think. It's a tough one. You have to get used to the tongue twisters they put you through.
Fuck that. Think I'll take Spanish any day. We'll call him Ross.
We'll call him Jim. Alright, this better get some freaking power.
These ways of using... Direct quote, okay. Man, this is 8th grade reading level right here. Now I understand what they mean by this shit. About freaking articles being written at a lower level. At a lower level.
Hold on, right back at the fucking beginning when my science instruction started.
At a lower level that.
Alright, there we go. There should be enough water, hopefully, to get going. These systems randomly breaking down on me. I guess I don't need to worry about that anymore. Alright. So now, what should I do?
Anyways.
Celestial mirror and blacksmith thing.
Published to public. Okay, wait. Okay, these ways of using celebrity images violate the laws governing personal data and harm the honor, dignity, and business of public figures. Ban. In other words, they are calling slander. Defame. Defamity? Nah, it's fuck. I don't know the actual name of it. I know it's defaming. Defaming and slander. Wait, is there a difference between the two? It's like slander and... No. Uh,
Alright.
fuck. Did I just use?
Alright.
Anyways, it's the fact that in America, as long as the individual is a public figure, you can do whatever you want about talking negative about a person.
Mm-hmm.
Just as long as it isn't too dramatical and it's like fucking beyond rape. That's not cool. It doesn't work out that way. But you know, it's like you could give your for a public official, you could give your your statement and your view on it, because you know it's the amendment that we have, and it seems pretty well. Not too many other countries have that, in which you could talk negative about public officials.
Yeah.
Like you could say you hate Obama, yeah, nobody. It's like you could say you dislike Congress and actually have a disapproval rate. I don't know about the rest of the world. The rest of the world's like, look the fuck up.
Yeah, you get killed if you talk about the presidents and stuff.
Yeah, you sort of had to go through, I don't know, like fucking you.
Though I'm pretty sure you're allowed to talk about other presidents. So this might be interesting, because like this Russian stuff, are they talking about Russian popularity people, or are we talking about people from our area?
They're talking about celebrities. They're using.
Yeah, it's too broad.
All right. They're using celebrities.
Yeah.
But we all know they're referring to their own politicians.
That's the assumption.
Well, the assumption is that they're just covering it up. It's equivalent to the Religious Freedom Restoration Act on how vague it was, with how equivalent to how vague Russia's making the statement. We all know their intentions. If you're not being clear about something, we know your intentions. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
It's like, for example, and word choice. That is one very popular thing of politics. Is why did they use the words that they did? For example, how should I say it? So a year ago, the president has the power to call Congress during the recess. Right?
Yeah, so they're like on the slides and stuff, and they get a phone call.
Yeah, and
totally happens all the time.
And well, Congress was out. Well, not Congress, but like, what is it? The House was out, and the Senate was the only ones around, and Obama called for recess. He called for a. I forgot. He called for pretty much attention for something, right? And the House was like, "What the fuck you do this for?" He says, because the presidential powers is quite clearly stated in the articles.
Yeah.
That he can call for attention. I forgot the name of it. He could call for assembly during the recess. And Congress is like, no, this was not during the recess. This was during a recess. Or like when Bill Clinton was on the stand for his impeachment. And he's like, of course the counter argument was something along the lines of, so did you commit it? And then he replied back, well, it depends on what your definition of what it is. So they're like, God forsaken. It is what it is. Yeah.
No specifics. That's how they do it.
So, it's quite amusing that law and politics are like that. They try to define the meaning. They try to redefine the meaning of things. It's like, we know what freedom of speech is, but freedom of speech can only go so far before it becomes like, you can't, you know what I mean? When is freedom of speech not freedom of speech?
No idea.
Yeah, no fucking idea either. There's a certain beauty and adaptability of vagueness, but at the same time, there's a beauty of it, but then also, what was the intentions of it? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because people are like, oh, look at this anti-gay bill. And I'm thinking to myself, yeah, that was their agenda, but honest to God, they're really protecting the religious freedoms of the religious minority. Those who follow certain practices for well-established churches, by the way. I'm not saying freaking, you made a religion 2 years ago and you're still practicing it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But, like, one argument. Wait. Like, the Religious Freedom Restoration Act it literally said this: the government cannot infringe upon the religious practice of people, and if it does, it needs to go about the least restrictive way of going about it, something like that. The least resistant manner of carrying it out, the task. And apparently, the law was originally for Native Americans. Pretty much, the government can't infringe upon their land unless, freaking we go about the least resistant way of doing it. Say if we need a pipeline for something, fucking I don't know what, because we need to drain water from this lake into another lake that will not only freaking provide water for another state such as California,
but cause lakeception. But
will also prevent a town in Washington from being flooded. It's like, and you have to go over Native American land to do so. You can't work your way around; it'll be too costly. So you have to go through the reserve, or you have to go about that the least resistant way possible.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the one problem with that vagueness means I'm a Jehovah Witness, and I should not be dealing with couples who share domains that aren't married. So it's just like, so I have all right to deny service or acknowledgement of this couple because they're not wedded husband and wife together. So I could kick them out of my apartment building. Or because I'm a Christian. They use the example because I'm the Christian florist. Would say I can't serve a gay and lesbian wedding. I can't take photos with them during their wedding because it goes against my religion. Understandable. Or, like school regulations say you need to cut your hair and the kid's Muslim. Well, you can't do that in their religion. That protects their religious exercise. stated, and of course, the Bill of Rights. The right to establish and practice, the right to establish and exercise one's religion. But it can protect, but with how vague it is, it can be abused hardcore. Like the Hobby Lobby case. And how Hobby Lobby refused birth control for their employees, for their medical and coverage, all because they used the term they called it abortion medication. That's what they called it. They didn't call it they didn't call it menstrual regulators or hormone regulators or what is the...
Aven, you didn't light your place up. There's a zombie.
What are you talking about?
There's a zombie walked over here. He was all like, yo.
Well, they use specifically the term. I don't understand, Chris. I ain't seen nothing here.
I killed him.
I know that, but where did he come from?
X's, I don't know. He came from down that way. I don't know where he came from. Somewhere along this.
There.
He couldn't have spawned on the pathway. The pathway is completely lit up.
Yeah, well, I don't know where he would have spawned over here.
Now, he could have spawned in the crops if one of them was crushed, but I don't see any that are crushed.
I mean, I lit up the top there of the wall that I was building.
I don't know where he came from.
Yeah,
but
exactly.
He came from this direction.
You give me bullshit.
He came from this direction, Abe.
Oh, I know he came from this direction. I don't know where he came from then.
What kind of evil are you running?
The evilness of your heart spilling over, Chris. It's showing.
I have no heart. No idea. If he came from there, it would have been easier to explain.
Exactly. But I do my shit. I do my shit.
I'll probably have to just walk around aimlessly until I find something broken. That's all there is to it.
But yes, freaking, there's a certain beauty of vagueness. I love it. But I also hate it. Because it's too vague.
It's deep.